Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video I'm going to be discussing a Supergirl topic. I know we haven't done a Supergirl video in a very long time, but we're back and we're going to be discussing which one of the World Killers is going to be killed off, because it has been recently confirmed that one of the World Killers, as they are three of them, one of them at least is going to die by the end of the season. So that's what we're going to discuss today. Who's going to die? So you should be aware of the World Killers, as they are kind of the main villains of Supergirl in Season 3. Of course, we have the big bad main villain, who is of course Rain, or Samantha Arias. And then we also have Purity, who we met last episode. And then we also have Pestilence, who's yet to be seen. Now, all three of these characters make up the World Killers, and they are coming after Earth, and they are coming after Supergirl. And it was recently confirmed by the showrunners that one of these characters, one of these World Killers, will be killed off in this season. We may even get more than one death this season, but at least one of the World Killers is going to be killed off, and I want to try and break down who it's going to be. So I'll start off by tackling the big one. Let's start with Rain. Now, Rain I definitely don't think is going to die, or at least not Samantha anyway. Of course, Samantha is embodied by Rain, and I feel like Samantha, obviously, she's not a bad person. She is just a very evil character when she's possessed by Rain. So I feel like they're going to do this kind of thing, which they've done in like Marvel comics before, where like if they separate the Hulk and Bruce Banner. I feel like they're trying to go for a similar thing here, where they're going to try and separate Samantha from Rain, where they want to keep Samantha, but they don't want to kill her, but they want to get rid of Rain. And I feel like that's what they're going to be doing. That's the route they're going to take. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Samantha sticks around next season. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. I think, you know, the fan reception to her has been very strong. We all love Samantha. We all love the actress who plays her, Odette Annabelle, sorry. I got the name the wrong way around. But we all love her, and I think that she's a really great actress and she's a really great character, and we really want to see her stick around, so we're going to have to find a way to separate her from Rain. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Rain necessarily, because we still don't really know how this works. We still don't really know how Rain and Samantha are joined together. We don't know if it's like a possession or if she has her kind of thing inside of her. We don't really know how it's really done. So until that we find that out, it's going to be difficult to know how to separate Rain and Samantha. But Samantha still could die at the end of this season. We still could see her, you know, die alongside with Rain. Maybe that's the sacrifice Supergirl has to make. You know, she's thinking, right, I need to stop Rain, but in doing so, I will be killing my friend. And I think that'd be a really interesting way to go this season, especially when Supergirl has been trying to go darker this season. I think it would be interesting to take that route too. But personally, I don't think Rain will be the one to die, or at least definitely not Samantha. Then we have Purity, who we met last season. Now, Purity, we've only seen her in one episode, so it's quite difficult to kind of get a judge on her character. But she was very much in control of the person she was embodying. She was very much controlling over her body, over her movements, and over her emotions. And the character, who I forget the name off the top of my head, but she really was struggling with the power between her and Purity. And I feel like this weakness could be her downfall. I feel like Purity personally is going to be the one who is most likely to be killed off, just because she's the middle child, if you will. And I feel in that sense she will be the one to go. I think that Purity, we don't really have a sense of what her powers are. We don't really know what she is able to do, at least not to a full capacity. We have seen that she has very similar powers to that of the Black Canary on Arrow, where she basically just has a canary cry, which is interesting, but that is a very weak power, and something that I don't feel is very clever or unique to a World Killer, especially in comparison to Rain, who's basically Supergirl, but like evil Supergirl. To have Purity just basically be an evil Black Canary is a bit weird. So I feel like Purity is the weak link of the World Killers, and therefore I feel she'd be the easiest one to kill off, especially when her host body is so incompetent and so like out of control of her own body that I feel like she is the most likely to be killed off, most likely. And then we have Pestilence, who is the final one who is yet to be seen. Now, we're not quite 100% sure where Pestilence is going to come into play, and we don't quite know when she is going to show up on Supergirl, but Pestilence is a very interesting idea to bring into Supergirl, and I'm interested to see where she is, you know, actually introduced, and what her role is going to be in the World Killer kind of, you know, the World Killer hierarchy, because the definition of pestilence will give us a better idea. So the definition of pestilence is a fatal epidemic disease, especially the bubonic plague. So that's from Google. But if we take that first line there, a fatal epidemic disease, we can take that as pestilence is going to be perhaps a character who can spread disease, you know, like an alien who is able to bring a disease to Earth that is going to cause a massive epidemic. And that's interesting. That's a very unique power. That's something that's a lot more interesting in comparison to Purity's powers. And I feel like she is a lot more interesting. Now, could Pestilence die as well? Yeah, I think that's highly likely. I feel Pestilence and Purity are pretty equal in terms of who's going to die there. And they could all die. You know, we could see all three of them be killed off. But I just don't know if they'd want to go down that route, especially with what's going on with Reign. But Pestilence, I think that she's a very interesting character, and I really want to see, one, who's going to play her, and two, when she's going to show up, and how she's going to get involved in the storyline, because she is a very interesting sounding character to me, and therefore I feel that her, you know, extra engaged interest from audiences, because I spoke to other big Supergirl fans, you know, and we are all very excited for the arrival of Pestilence, and I think that a lot of us are going to want to see her perhaps stick around a lot more than, say, Purity. I haven't really seen many big Purity fans, so I feel like Pestilence may be a bit more safe. But if I had to choose one, like I said, I would personally go with Purity. I think Purity, she is the least unique of the three. She has the weakest powers in the sense of the Canary Cry, you know, the lesser Canary Cry. And also I feel like the host body of Purity is extremely weak and extremely incompetent, and is not able to keep her, you know, the Purity inside of her at bay. And I don't feel like she is the strongest of actresses. I don't think she's the strongest of character, and therefore she doesn't have that fan attachment that Reign has. And I feel therefore in that sense she will be taken out, because she's just the one, she's the weakest link, she's the one that people don't care about too much, and I feel like it wouldn't be too big of a thing to take her away. And out of the three World Killers, she would be the one I want to see killed, unless I really hate Pestilence and what they do with her. But like I said, based on what I know about Pestilence, I think I'm going to be a big fan of that character, so I can't wait to see her show up. So personally, I think it will be Purity who will take the fall. But tell me in the comment section below which World Killer you guys think is going to die. Like I said, I think it could be possibly any of them at this point, and also all three of them could die. You know, it's just like I say, I feel there's quite a bit of difference between Reign and Samantha, where they want to kind of separate the two. Purity is the most likely, and I think Pestilence, depending on how audiences react to her, that may turn the tides a little bit. But I feel Purity is the most likely to die. But who do you think it's going to be? Do you think all of them are going to die, or do you think it's just going to be one of them? If so, tell me which one and your reasons why in the comment section down below. Also, I want to make just a quick little announcement before I close off the video, which I'll do a full video announcement on this, so if you don't catch it here, don't worry. But what I'm thinking of doing is a weekly Q&A series. After the success of my first Q&A for 1,000 subscribers, I want to do more, and I want to do one every single week, especially particularly on Thursdays, because that is kind of a dead day in terms of my schedule, because that's a day when none of the shows are on. So if you guys would like this idea, there would be DCTV Arrowverse specific Q&A, so you could send me in questions about any of the shows, and I'll pick about 10 or so per episode. And it's a good way to get more involved with you guys, and to get you guys involved in the videos a lot more in the content I produce. Like I said, I'm going to do a full announcement video on all this, and it did get a lot of positive response on Twitter. So obviously I've put my social media banner on the videos now, so if you want to follow me on my Twitter or my Instagram, they are on there on screen right now. So you can go follow me on there. But yeah, I think this is a cool idea. Tell me what you guys think about this idea in the comment section down below, but I'll do a full announcement video very, very soon. So thank you guys for watching this episode of DCTV Talk. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, it'll help me out a lot, and share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DCTV, and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.